Hi everyone, Eric's on the mic. Researching what exactly in the various parts of the GTA series is strange and mystical is quite an unusual thing to do. Today we will find out what legends GTA fans came up with in the past, and make our personal rating of the most mysterious games of this series. Many myths are known to be simple fictions and figments of imagination of players from the GTA community, but that's why they are called myths, for a huge discussion around them. It may surprise you, but in GTA 4, the developers have added some very strange and creepy pages to various websites that you probably won't ever visit in the game. I think you didn't realize they were here. Also, today we'll look into why exactly GTA San Andreas is considered one of the most mystical games in the series. We'll also see what the developers used to scare players in GTA 3 and what strange moments and questions surround this game that I don't have answers for. Vice City was probably characterized by a minimal amount of myths. Every attempt to create mystical stories in this game was met with a huge skepticism. The bulk of the mythos dealt with the ghosts of characters we killed off in the story, such as Diaz, Lance, and Sonny Forelli. Interestingly, it was often said that the ghosts of these characters haunted the Vercetti mansion. So if that was true, Tommy would have had to hire ghost hunters, but knowing him, I think he could have handled it himself here too. There was also a fascinating legend about a torture room with blood on the walls, but it was really just a reference to the movie Scarface. There are many such references in GTA Vice City. In the Little Haiti neighborhood, there is a store with human remains, and in the yard you could find an excavated grave. According to legend, human meat was supposedly traded here, possibly by Cubans. In my opinion, this is one of the few stories that seems plausible. Unfortunately, I don't recall any other interesting myths in this game, especially when compared to other parts of GTA. While it may seem like GTA Vice City doesn't have many myths and legends, it begs the question as to why I put GTA 3 above Vice City on this list. In this part of the game, the rumors and mysteries were mostly based on the beta version rather than ghosts. There were stories of a terrorist bum, Darkle supposedly inhabiting hidden corners of the city. There were also rumors of his violent and insane missions, like blow up an ice cream truck in Central Park or crash a dodo plane into a skyscraper. GTA 3 is appealing to many players because of its cityscapes and the dystopian atmosphere of 2001, and you have to take into account what was happening in New York City at the time. That's why I placed GTA 3 higher on this list. By the way, at one time I dispelled the myth that Claude doesn't make any sounds, and here's proof to the contrary. In Grand Theft Auto 4, there are really scary elements left by developers. For example, at one time it became known about a real heart inside the Statue of Liberty. There was also a strange legend that if you shoot a baby stroller near the neighborhood of Howe Beach, you can hear crying, but unfortunately this is just a myth. As I mentioned before, the developers have included creepy elements such as internet pages in the game that no one goes to. These include a page for a cannibal who can be found in town as a random character. There are also pages dedicated to Satanists and other strange personalities. As I noticed in GTA 4, you can find a lot of empty and abandoned buildings, inside of which you can sometimes hear screams and strange noises. This can really strike fear. For example, the old rides in the Hove Beach neighborhood look pretty creepy at night. However, the number of interesting legends in GTA 4 turned out to be not so great. As in other parts of the series, there were rumors about the ghosts of characters we killed during the passage. There was a myth about a creature named Ratman, or a man covered in burns. For some reason, though, players weren't particularly eager to seek out the mysteries in this part of the game, because, you know, the game was interesting and everyone focused their attention on the story. Let's talk about GTA 5 and San Andreas, and it is already clear that GTA San Andreas will be in first place and GTA 5 will be in second place. However, I want to put the games in chronological order and start with San Andreas. Young people probably have a question: why exactly GTA San Andreas is so full of myths, legends, and various guesses of players? At the same time, older people do not have such questions, because they remember that in those days, when in small towns the internet was not very developed, many myths were going from one guy to another with no actual proof behind them. For example, someone supposedly saw a ghost on Mount Chiliad and tells a friend about it, and then when someone else supposedly saw a pigman near an abandoned house on the same mountain, the same person again shares his tales with a friend. With the advent of wider access to the internet, players began to search for all sorts of tales again and upload their searches on YouTube, forums, and other portals, but these legends still had no proof behind them. First of all, San Andreas is much larger than the previous GTA, about 3 times the size. Almost the entire map of GTA 3 and GTA Vice City would easily fit inside San Andreas. Since the cities in this game are surrounded by various forests, deserts, and bodies of water, players were eager to explore the neighborhoods, and there were constant stories of alleged sightings of strange creatures resembling bears or boars, and sometimes even Bigfoot. In addition, the presence of many references to previous Rockstar projects, such as Manhunt, provoked people to look for maniacs and killers directly from that game. Why this was done is unclear, since the events of these games take place in different eras. In addition, various bugs of the game gave rise to theories about ghosts and other mysticism. Secondly, the plot of GTA San Andreas is partially built on loose ends and theories. For example, the mission with Mr. Truth in the desert, where we infiltrate a secret base and then steal some green liquid from the military. Players also wonder what the military does in Area 69. Are they researching UFOs or alien bodies? It's all full of mystery, and what that green liquid we steal from the military does will always remain a mystery too. Thanks to these story elements, bugs, and misunderstandings, people still occupy themselves with the search for myths and legends in the aging GTA San Andreas.
Wait! What is... Yeah, see you around.
And since GTA 5 can be considered the second San Andreas, Rockstar made fans happy by showing them various cults which were quite hidden in GTA San Andreas, and the average player never saw them. In addition, there is a UFO that appears over Mount Chiliad after a full playthrough of GTA 5. There is even a fake Bigfoot in this game and much more. Yes, there is more mystery content in GTA 5 than in previous games. However, after 2010, people became more aware of fakes on the internet and treated such legends with a greater degree of skepticism. Although at one time, many people trusted various content makers who claimed that CJ could be found in GTA 5, and even now, thanks to such people, rumors about finding this character in the game, which is already 10 years old, continue to arise. Okay, let's leave aside the references to CJ. Let's take GTA 4 and GTA 5, for example, where there are interesting and, at the same time, dark pages related to maniacs and murders. On the map, you can also find strange and frightening places, but in my opinion, GTA 5 does not have that mystical and mysterious atmosphere that was in San Andreas. Back then, many players believed in different theories, ghosts in CJ's house, and other such things. Children's imagination sometimes added a creepy atmosphere to the game. When GTA 5 came out, many of those who had played it before had grown up and stopped believing in the stories associated with the game, so it became much harder to scare them. Write in the comments what stories and myths you knew or learned in different parts of GTA, or I did not tell about them in my video. Subscribe to the channel, it will help me to make better videos. See you soon.